Now this time he'll look to throw. Rolling to his right. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And they convert on third with a gain of 22. They'll hand it down to Geis. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Tackle made by Devondre Campbell. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Geis with a carry on second down. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up third down. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Looking to throw. Looking long for Thomas. This is caught inside the 15. It's a big play there for the Redskins on third down. And even 40 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. On first down, this is Geis. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. On the handoff, it's Geis. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Okay, no score on that play, but this guy's been a touchdown machine all year long. You know they trust him with the football.
Already a pair of third down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this third down try. They'll drop to throw, and that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. As his guys are in for 6, and the Redskins take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. You'd have to imagine for a team that's lost 3 straight games, scoring first in this first quarter has to feel pretty good.
That's feel great for them, and also it's a nice signal to the rest of the team, because we talk about complimentary football all the time. So they've now signaled to the defense, now signaled to the kicking game, hey, we're here to play in this one. We're going to do our part. Let's see if you guys will do the exact same, and we can break this losing streak.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Smith on first down. Eluding the pressure right. They find some open field here. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. That's caught by Butler over the middle. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? And that's a loss of 7 on the first down play. On second down, here's Smith. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
Detroit! All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Third and long, it's Smith. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Butler. And certainly some style points there on the spin. Not a whole lot thereafter, but still a pretty good gain. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. And McManus able to put it through. Back now to begin the second quarter with Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin. It's the Chargers here with a football, as we'll see one following the score on the final play before break. Now McManus on to kick this one off. Isaiah McKenzie now on the return. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now the Redskins offense, they get set to go back to work here. And to be frank, they're just in a tough spot. It's only November, already eliminated from playoff contention. I know their fan base doesn't want to hear that, but that's the case. What are they fighting for now going forward?
You know exactly what they're fighting for. Is that word that some people don't want to hear, but it's pride.
Draft. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to go draft, but pride's better, right?
You know something? You're right, because that's part of it, but that's 2 different mindsets. That's front office mindset, draft position, where are we going to be and what do we need to get? And then the players and the coaching staff right now, pride. Can they win some games and feel better about themselves despite the fact they have no shot at the playoffs?
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. Push. That's caught inside the 20. Big yardage that time for the Redskins. 58 yards.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
And here he'll get it down to the 7. 9 yards on the play there, and it sets him up 1st and goal.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Chris Thompson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Smith. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, you need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here we go. White 90. White 90. Ohio. 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 Ohio.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. Over the middle, complete. It's Butler. And they're able to get this one across the 35. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Charger first. Of course, he was solid last week. AFC Offensive Player of the Week award. 2 touchdowns in that game.
Yeah, he's playing at a level right now where he's just breaking down defenses. Makes me remember when I was playing and my defensive back coach told me, listen, if you give up a touchdown pass, that's on me. I didn't coach you well enough. If you give up a second one, that's on you. And if there's a third one, I'm getting someone else in the game.
But now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, that wasn't a completion, but it wasn't a sack either. So the good takeaway, able to extend the life of the play. Normally, you would think he'd just take off and run downfield, but he was trying to find an open receiver, unable to do so.
They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go. White 90. White 90.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Miller. He can't avoid the pressure. Redskins get there. Jaron Reed in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big game.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation. An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down.
Ohio! Ohio!
They'll try and get it with Geis. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So some holding over on the left side of that O-line.
And I know for the guys trying to move those big defensive people, they'd love for them to stay in one spot. But they move around so quick and so fast that sometimes you just have to grab them.
Let's go!
They're going to look to throw. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up fourth down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. 1:58 to go in this first half of play. We'll come back to Southern California after this. Now a play fake here on first down. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And give them a gain of 37.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Let's go! What? 90! What? 90! Right there, 56.
Here's Miller, throwing again. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Butler. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play, and that's going to lead them to fourth down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker, and what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
So they'll say no to the 50-yard field goal try. Instead, the offense out there, they're going for it.
Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun! Gun, gun!
They snap it to Smith. And he finds his man. That's Butler. Touchdown, LA! In for the score. And the Chargers are able to make this a close game again.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Now McManus on to kick this one off. On the return, it's McKenzie. And a penalty marker's down on the field. And they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. On the ground, it's Thompson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there. and add to their score.
Yeah, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And incomplete. Almost intercepted. The D lineman almost had it. Couldn't hang on.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
An unbelievable punt there. We're talking 70-plus yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger offense making their way back out there. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
On first down, Smith. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
Well, one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Back to the air. Smith on second down. Right side complete to Butler. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here. Now a first down throw. It's Smith. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down. Here's second and 10 now from the 35. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. And now, due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half. So we have come upon halftime, and it's the visiting Redskins who have the lead here. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. Out comes the Chargers as they'll go on offense now to start this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half two, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there, just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Well, we do. We'll see if they can pick it up. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Smith now to throw. And right side, Henry's got it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice, easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Play action. It's Smith. Buying time to his left. And this is going to be incomplete.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
The Chargers on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. To the air again, Smith. And the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a Sack. On is the Chargers punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. This is taken around the 12. Oh, nice move. A terrific return. 30 yards all in all. And it'll be Redskins football now with a 1st and 10. So now we look at the Redskins offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen, let's take control right away. Defense, we got the lead. Defense, don't give up any points. Turn the ball back over to the offense and let them go down and score and give us more of a cushion in the game. Check so far. Defense shut them down. Let's see what the offense gets done.
This is Geis. Solid move, but he's corralled just beyond the 40. A gain of a yard gets them back where they started. Now it's 3rd and 10. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Now back to throw. And he's got a man open. That's Allen. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. That'll put him right at 99 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
Geis receives the pitch, and he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
They'll set up a throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Oh, what a juke into space. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. A good pickup there, a 22.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well, and they pick up big yardage.
Here's Geis. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Tackle made there by the safety, Derwin James.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage back at the 17. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Throwing is Smith. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
And he's going to get stopped up quickly. Give him a yard down to the 43.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the third quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where your running game can really help you with a lead in the second half.
I agree totally. It's not just end-of-the-half situations that you worry about the clock. It's throughout the game. And with a lead, stay in bounds. Make them fight harder to try and catch you.
They'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down.
Time to give a little credit here. That was an excellent read by the guys on the defensive side of the ball.
Oh, you're crediting your defense.
Got to credit them on that one because they tried to fool them, right? Tried to trick them, ran a screen, and they went to it and smothered it for a loss of yardage.
The Redskins on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 10. Now a give running left is Geis. And fights through one man. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. That'll be good for 6, but now it's 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Chargers in good field position to start out. 1st and 10.
Gun! All right, here we go. Blue 90!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Lucky 56. All right, here we go.
Here's Smith. Flushed out right. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. So there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the 1st.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
Now Miller on 1st and 10. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And he's taken down inside the 30. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
Looking to throw. Miller. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. Smith. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. As his guys are in for 6. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
On the return, it's McKenzie. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. The former first-round pick Shane Ray in on the tackle.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And to the right side here, it's Allen. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Thompson, and he's going to have the 1st down at about the 38. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw now on 2nd and 10. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 47. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. So how about that for a momentum switch?
We're in the 4th quarter and it's a tie game. You've got to take care of the football here. Now their opportunity to take the lead right out the window, and everything is flipped in the other direction.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
After the interception, here's Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
I tell you, you don't have press conferences when you sign guys like this. He's been a real difference maker so far. There's now 2 interceptions for him in the game. And when you're getting contributions up and down your 53-man roster, you're going to be all right.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position, couldn't hold on, 3rd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the fourth quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes the officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to, you and your brothers, just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that, yeah. There was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw here. Over the middle, complete. It's Richardson. And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to get across midfield and into Charger territory. Time for a break. We'll come back and see how it all shakes out after this. Looking to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. Now that screen there on 2nd down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying it is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize that it's broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on 3rd down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, you get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Miller on 1st down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle. Kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
Miller now throwing again on 2nd and 10. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Give him 15 yards on that one and a Charger 1st down. Obviously a big 1st down right there.
Yeah, they still got to hustle. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage and get set. But I don't think necessarily you need to spike it. But they've got to continue to move quickly.
Back to throw. Miller. And that's going to be incomplete. Well, these corners, I tell you, they've done excellent work all game long.
They remind me of guys in the past who just said, hey, throw it out here 100 times. Nothing good is going to happen. And if you throw it in the wrong place, I'll take it the other way.
Here's Miller. Back to the air on 2nd down. Underneath for Johnson. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round! Flex round!
And now we're going to get a timeout called by the Redskin defense, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. The Chargers on third down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Smith. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Nearly an interception. If that one's picked off, it's over. So a new lease on life, so to speak.
A lot of times when you're in coverage, you're so focused on the man and the coverage that sometimes the ball, if it arrives, it surprises you. That may have happened to him in that situation.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. As the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Operating from the 27 now. Here's 2nd and 3. They stay on the ground. Geis again. Space to maneuver at the 40. As he'll get this one up to the 44-yard line. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here. As it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. Now after the run by Geis, here's 1st and 10. They go play action here on 1st down. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left. Keenan Allen, the intended receiver. And now it's 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going deep here for Allen. And this is going to be caught. He got it. It's a touchdown, and forget overtime. Barring a miracle, they're going to win this thing in regulation. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men.
And when you're facing a deficit on the scoreboard, you're just looking for something to get you right back into the game, and that's the spark that they were looking for. They got it with that big return.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone. Ah!
One last throw here for Smith. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally down at the 36-yard line. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. We're still, you're wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Washington, the win keeps them barely hanging on to their playoff hopes as they move to 4-7. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Big D to take on the Cowboys. Meanwhile, for the home team here, it's starting to look like it won't be their year as they drop to 5-6. And they'll look to get back on track next week as they travel to Denver to take on the Broncos. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
I let my birds come out. Sounds like I see it in that. Hey, I'm on your turf again. This, that, you from the back of the. I got a girl, Brad. She go to battle. LED logo the tag. I go in back of the. They all from that. My diamonds, they all look at. This, that. I go to bed on bed. I got the demon on flats. I got it in the back. Haters, they talk the chat. They step on the rock, don't man. I'm a cave back. 400K. I found out where you lay at. I got the lurking and they hate cats. Pockets stay fat. I got the from the block and they scamming. They know what banks at. I got the work on the avenue. They know what tanks at. I got the that live in the mansion. They know what that. I got some that's up in the jungle. They know what that. I came on top of the building. Yeah, my we had a plan. We came on top of the building. Yeah, my we never ran. Down there, thought that I had a fan. Oh, hey, any 10 o'clock, got a flight out. Yeah, I'm going back out to Japan. I got 2 Billy truck and a bitch door with a land. Bruce Wayne, I'm Batman. Batman, I'm best man. I got my best man. I got my